where I left off.
The millions of people playing my team.
For that shit.
We actually maybe a couple 100,000 people at the top of the more hardcore side of my team, because there are so few people to do this. People say, well, if I quit, then I'm gonna get banned. No, you're not gonna play enough Kareems and Shaqs that this is gonna be an actual problem in your account. Look at it. So from your perspective, you see 1 or 2 Kareems and Shaqs over the course of weeks, and every time you see them, you ban them. From their perspective, every time they play with the card, it's a bad experience.
Yeah.
More of you than there are of them. Effectively, this was a move to punish the whales. They said, we're gonna, break open the piggy bank on the whales, literally torture our pay piggies with the idea of them being able to be really unfair, right? So if they have Kareem at the 5 and Shaq at the 4 and KG at the 3 and whatever 2 broken cards they're gonna put at the 1 and 2, they have an all 100 lineup. They get that big dopamine release of like, ooh, I got all of the coolest stuff, and then they go online and they stomp people like Uncle Demi did, right? He goes in with Kareem and haha, I'm cheesing you, this is so cool, I'm so cool. That fantasy that they sell to those guys can get $1,000, $5,000, and mind you, we see Troy dance, we see the lawyers and doctors and financial advisors and actors and athletes who and secretly just throw money at it, right? All of those celebrities that Ronnie 2K talks to, yeah, some of it is.
Damn, this nigga is.
Some of these people actually play 2K.
They can talk about
some of them are playing my team, and it's
outside of the box.
To be like, oh, I want that Shaq. Let me tell their assistant, open up $3,000 worth of packs for me. I want that Shaq. You know what I mean? And what do we say about the 1 through 10? That one person spending the 10 grand is more powerful than person number 1 spending 100, person number 2 spending 50, person number 3 spending 500, and on and on.
Yes, sir.
Like, they're much more powerful.
Yes, sir.
So
just like Troy then just dropped $10,000 in one fucking week on the game.
7%.
Like, how the fuck is this thing?
At the rate at which people will get the opals and the power,
That's crazy. They could just gave them niggas the money right back.
You don't need any of those opals. For every opal card in all of these collections, there is a corresponding pink diamond or diamond card that is absolutely fine, right? Like this one is fantastic. To be honest with you, most of the community can't take advantage of what's best about Bron. And
just like I was going off with that.
Most of you guys, no offense.
Just like I was going off with that 96 Paul George. That 96, I think it was a 96 pink diamond Paul George I was going off with in my team. I think it was 2K21 or 22.
Know how to use it. Most people in the rec don't even know how to
Shit
use
was stupid as hell.
Is always ahead in terms of dribble moves.
Victor Oladipo, the iced out Victor Oladipo.
You can run pink diamond Anthony Davis.
He was like a 92 and he still was going stupid.
Even Shea, play Devin Booker, you're cool, right? Get the James Harden from the season pass, you're absolutely cool. The opals are good, but they don't provide a competitive advantage. Shaq, Kareem, and the upcoming KG provide a competitive advantage. Your card can do things that my card can't do at a combination of height, speed, SIGs, and shot speed that I cannot keep up with if we're both of equal skill. So having the opals be unavailable just gives the regular person a reason to lock in the sets, right? Because now, and a reason to open packs, because it's like, okay, if I can open this many packs and hope I get an opal, and if I don't, I can lock in the set. So maybe I can take an 82 and still get, $50, $100 out of a regular person.
That's just wild that niggas would.
100 might be a little high. Let's say 50, 20 out of a non-whale who's playing the game. They have MT. So between a combination of MT, VC.
I just wow how a nigga would even try to complete any of them sets. It take too much time and effort and money for you to do that. There's no way. Like, I don't think I even came close to completing any sets whenever I touched my team. I don't think it's possible unless you actually spending money. So it's like, what the, like, you really, Yeah, niggas. Some niggas is just they just different. Like I don't really know what to say. They just really different. Because if you willing to spend that type of money on just 1 year, and you know it's not coming back. Like I mean, I guess it's coming back through whatever you're doing, streaming, whatever. But the game itself not really giving back. Like the company, they not really giving you nothing. So it's like, damn, my God, like, I guess if your fans want to see that shit. But other than that, it's like, my nigga, I would never drop almost 10K on one card. That's just bugging out. I really think that's just bugging out. Like, that's just bugging out. Like, you just throwing money away like that? You might as well should have just gave that shit to somebody. One of your niggas in the chat or something probably. Somebody in the chat could use that money. Like you see how fucked up these niggas be? Like, somebody in the chat could have just split that shit. Like, yo, I'd give everybody in the chat 1,000. It's just 10 random niggas. I give you 1,000, bro. Like, why would you spend 10K in a video game? Like, yo, what the? That is some different level shit. It's different level.
For a swing at this opal and take a few swings at the opal impacts. And they can do this for a certain amount of time because of the odds of these 100 overall cards, where it doesn't really enter the mode because you're just not seeing those cards often enough. And theoretically, even if somebody had an all opal squad and you had an all pink diamond and diamond squad, it mixed in with the opals that you can get for free that are good, like not free but affordable, that are good, like Zion and James Harden and stuff like that. You're competing against them fine. Whoever wins is still going to be the person who hits their shot and times the defense. There might be a couple of times during the game where you're like, I wish I had that card, but for the most part, it's going to be about your skill, right? So power creep isn't really in the mode, right? They don't really have to kill the mode with this release of the content. So this was really to punish the pay piggy. So what's the drawback? The drawback is, well, we can only do this for so long because the people who are playing the mode regularly are not getting the cards that they want, right? Now, if you're 2K, you don't have a community manager who has to answer for this, but obviously they have flat out gone back on their word. They said they would restructure the mode so that everything was available, and then they switched back to the old model, except without the problem of the auction house and the MT market, right? And having to ban all of their community because that's the only way, where they feel like, well, we have to balance out the abuse with the vacation trips and the sweet words, right? It's like, yeah, I beat you up for the weekend, but on Monday I took you out. Like the spotlights, they kind of screwed it up with the Wild West set because not the Wild, what's the Rush set with Austin Reeves, because the challenges were a little bit like too annoying to really bother with. Plus you have James Harden, who's everybody's going to probably get eventually. You really play the game mode, pop your XP coins, and for a person like me who plays Rec, I'm going to probably have that by Wednesday the latest, right? And I'm not even skipping levels. So, you know,
I got a lot of great My Team cards.
Around and start giving them free stuff, they'll forgive us for X amount of weeks of locking all of the cards behind the paywall. Because I mean, quite frankly, these are Galaxy Opals. These cards are all still deeply flawed in the terms of 2K, right? Like even this LeBron, just for an example, I don't want to get too into each individual card. His signature size up, LeBron James. I'll make a video on this, but having a bad signature size up is bad.
Right.
It's a great card, don't get me wrong, but it's a great card for this time of year. You can very easily make this card way better. And it's a great card, but you can very easily make this card better. And this is, you know,
This website got full breakdown for all that stuff. I gotta check out this website.
There's some other good ones here, but my point is, as good as these opals are, these opals or cards very similar or even better than these opals will eventually be in the player market. It's just a matter of when, and that's what 2K is saying. How long can we go before we invite them back in? So the punishment for the pay piggies was, you're going to spend a lot of money on these packs, and you may or may not get any of the cards you want, and you're spending a grip. The punishment for the average person is you're locked out of the player market. Like, effectively, the player market is locked during this period that these cards are all left up to gambling and RNG. Right? So that right is probably soon going to start giving out free content again, free content, stuff like spotlights and redomination and stuff that people
look at PG-13.
I don't know about locker codes, but there will be really good cards that are earnable soon, and this is one of the reasons I'm making this video. Their goal is to make you forget about this terrible month since the All-Star game, right? Like, yeah, it was a bad month. We made some missteps. Our bad. But that's not what's really going on. What's going on is they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. Because if they get away with it, they can say, okay, we can be fair for these many months out of the year. But when we want to be unfair, this is how we get away with it. We can torture our whales like this. We can torture our regular players like this. And then we'll come back and apologize to everybody later on. So that's where we are right now.
Balancing act.
This coming up week of content. Like everybody else has said, I advise you ignore this content. I mean, if you're playing the mode, maybe you use your MT on some of these packs just to see if you get anything. I don't recommend any of that. I recommend, honestly, I think the smartest thing you could do is to play salary cap or play offline or take a break. Ignore unlimited and these upper tier cards. Go into an earning period, right? Where you're just building up MT, and then when the MT market, when the player market opens back up, be ready to spend and get back in the game in terms of unlimited. What the greater community has to do is just recognize the situation for what it is, that we're locked out of the player market. 2K
That's crazy.
participate. They want the whales to participate because 2K knows that most of you can't participate anymore because you spent your resources on the All-Star pack, and whatever resources you had left over you spent on the Wild West pack trying to get Shaq. So they know mathematically you're out of the game. They have that data. You simply do not have enough time to earn enough, to pull enough, to be in the game from an MT or even low money spent standpoint. The packs are too expensive, the odds are too low. This is now just the last squeezing of blood from the whales. Maybe it ends after this week. Maybe they finish it off and go full starting 5 of 100s before they shut it down.
Michael Jordan just dropped.
Or probably 2 weeks after, say the following Tuesday after the next 2 weeks. This is probably going to be shut down. There's probably going to be some content. They're balancing it with the PR, is my guess. They're looking at, how bad the community is responding. They're probably waiting to see for player engagement to drop to a certain level, and then emergency, break glass. Here's the good content. Here's the free content. Here's the stuff that gets everybody wanting to play. Here's the attainable card on a long but reasonably enjoyable grind, like your spotlights. And sorry guys, we were just trying some stuff out. We're experimenting with some stuff and yada yada yada. And I'm just here to say, never forget, don't lose sight and underestimate how powerful the community is to change what they're doing. Right now, you see some content creators have picked up on this right away, but some content creators are still in the mode of, I know this is bad, but I still need to pay rent, so I'm just going to keep business as usual. But that's very, very, very short-sighted, because if 2K keeps doing stuff like this, and 2K knows this, and they don't want this to happen, they can hurt the mode beyond repair. Now, within 2K, there's, a limit to how much they believe they can hurt the mode. Remember, funny enough, ironically, Take-Two has another game coming out called GTA. And it's not about GTA specifically, it's what GTA represents. GTA represents a time suck from another part of the industry, right? So there are games that have nothing to do with Fortnite or Apex or Overwatch or whatever that were hurt by the release of those games because it was just our consumers are not giving us time. We're in the time and attention economy. And if as the community doesn't do what it can to keep this game mode with some level of integrity, I say keep like it has any integrity, haha. But if you don't work to make this better, it can get reduced to only the hardcore community. And that's bad for everybody. 2K is kind of the least bad for, because the hardcore community is still going to have enough whales in it to justify it. They'll just cut the budget of the mode, right? But for you, the players, it's going to ruin your matchmaking. It's going to ruin the balance of a competition, and it's also going to ruin the quality of life and the features of the mode, because this is a live service. It does cost money, all of this stuff, the card art, the modes, you know, it just getting the cards online. Everything that happens in this mode is a human being that is paid well. And that human being will be let go if the mode falls below a certain level of engagement, which it will do if the community encourages what 2K is doing. 2K is going to stop it at a certain point, but we need this to not come back. This can't be a thing that they do every year or a couple of times a year where they lock the community out of the player market.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Or whatever way there is to obtain cards. This cannot be a hardcore gambling mode that you dump a bunch of resources in to get that sweet dopamine release, and then it just never happens. And you know, it's like real life gambling. Most people leave the casino having to make a really bad phone call to their wife.
Right.
All right, guys, that's gonna be it for me. I will see you guys in the next one. For all of you supporting this channel,
Make sure you check him out, man. Make sure you check him out. Let me show y'all real quick, man. Book. That was a great video. He definitely gave me a different perspective on all this. A lot of information I didn't know. I gotta be honest with y'all, man. But let me know what y'all think. The video is already long enough today. Of course, in the comment section again, check out his channel. Boy, that's some dirty work, 2K, but it's almost genius as well. I gotta respect the genius behind the nasty. I'm able to have perspective on everything, man. Because I always think, if I was in their position, what would I do? You know what I'm saying? So, there's always a point where you go too far.
Crazy.
We're gonna have to bring it back, which is what he was talking about as well. So we're gonna. Got word that Ronnie 2K or maybe a 2K devs allegedly have a burner account going crazy right now in the 2K community, trying to change the narrative of what's going on within 2K. Now, I ain't gonna front with y'all. I had a whole different video planned for y'all before this was brought to my attention. But we about to go and review what he's been saying, and we gonna determine right here if this is a burner account or just a fan that really loves 2K. So y'all know what it is, but without further ado, I need y'all to grab yourself that brew and let's get to last few videos I did was 2K's pulling out all the stops. They recently dropped a level 100 or rating 100, the first 100 rated card, which was a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. and he got the My Team community going crazy. I show an example of someone actually spending $2,000 in 5 hours, which was cool. It's his money, but I just had to show it out there. You know what I'm saying? Now,
$2,000 in 5 hours.
Very popular conversation
Oh my
within the
God.
2K community. Who been
Niggas is
kind of
disgrace.
promoting My Team recently around that time. Now we gonna go in a nice little timeline. I'm not gonna cover all his tweets, but he got a lot to say, which I'm gonna cover, of course. But I'm not gonna cover all. But we gonna determine if this person is a burner account, because this was actually brought to my attention when somebody hit me in my DM saying, "Yo, Ronnie 2K got a burner account and he going crazy right now." So we're gonna start with his tweet from this account on February 18th. So the tweet was, at NBA 2K My Team, "I've been loving the content. Gives a way for us new players to really feel engaged into the game and grind on VC to get rewarded. The 100 overall Kareem is something else. I'll tell you what." Oh my God, I love that. Sounds pretty good. Then follow up with this tweet right here. "Quick little unlimited runs this morning in NBA My Team, or NBA 2K My Team. And I have to say, this Kareem card is fire. It's really cool how you could get him by just grinding your VC up and getting him through packs."
Grinding your VC.
Already to me. Now then they actually responded to a tweet from High Tree Logos, which is kind of revealing in itself. He said, "Opal equal chance for 198 KBC." Now Richard Paul responded. That name is
Same nigga.
He said, "Elite, in my opinion, gives you a chance at getting a top high tier card with equal chance odds. Really rewarding to buy or grind VC this year with all the content they are bringing." Now, the first thing first, why you
God,
so rich for
man.
your name? You guys are a Brown fan, by the way. I'm gonna investigate who this might be. Okay. Now, let's continue on. He then responded to this tweet from Carlo saying, "After wasting all your VC and paying 300K, we have added Galaxy Opal equal chance packs for only 12 hours, only buyable with VC in the My Casino." And then he started going in. This is where he started
Section of
getting
the
a little
community.
offensive. He said, "I've
What the
never
fuck?
really liked this section of the community, the section that just complains to complain." He said they brought out equal chance packs with a guaranteed Galaxy Opal for 200K VC. Gives you a great chance at improving your roster with VC you accumulated throughout the year. He said you ain't got a bite when you complain about. And then he responded to this tweet right here from DDG saying, "VC only and $50. 2K are going out sad." Then he responded and said, "How is it a bad thing? I've seen you beg for equal chance odds. Now that they release them, you start complaining again. You specifically will never be happy, and that's a big reason why this section of the community isn't taken into account for the development team."
Damn.
Now he's speaking for 2K real quick.
That nigga wilding on niggas.
That's what I'm
Sheesh.
saying. It's either Ronnie or someone from the dev.
It gotta be somebody that's over there. Ain't no way niggas saying that. I ain't never seen nobody say no shit like that before.
This tweet from Boofik. I don't know your name, actually. I'm not trying to offend you, man. Your name to me, I mean B. He responded to B, and B tweeted this out. He said, "My team just trying to piss their consumer off at this point. Said might have to make a second channel sooner than expected and branch out." Now Richard Paul responded. I just love saying that name, Richard Paul, and he said, "I swear this section of the community just complains. They drop these equal chance packs to try to make this section of the community happy. Use the VC you earned throughout the year to get an elite Galaxy Opal. Maybe it's just time for people like you to look in the mirror."
Damn, that nigga got 29 replies to that shit too.
This
So
could
it's
just be a
it
fan.
could,
It could just be a fan. Or is it a burner account?
it could be it could be somebody that's just like they kind of trolling and they just doing it because they knows people gonna react crazy to that shit. Like for a nigga to say that, you know you trolling saying that shit. You know you trolling. Like, alright, we if niggas grind VC, it's gonna take them a little while. Like they don't know when a nigga gonna have enough VC to end up buying one of them packs, and they dropping them bitches throughout the season. So what that nigga talking that so it gotta be a nigga that is like they just either they in there or they just trolling. They just doing it for views and stuff, clicks.
Really interesting to me right now. I ain't gonna lie, this person is going in. Now he responded to this tweet. I saw Kurt tweet this a few days ago. And he said, so you're just not getting one of these this year. Nice, man. And he showed the All-Star Opal Kyrie. I think it was during the All-Star weekend he posted this tweet. And then Richard Paul responded, they don't owe y'all anything. Y'all done a great job of dropping engaging content this year, and y'all still found a reason to complain. And despite all of that, they are still dropping content that's engaging. Oh, is this a burner account? Y'all gotta let me know. Now, B and tweet this out,
That shit
and then
kinda funny.
Of course, Richard Paul responded again, but we gonna go by what B said. He said, I'm
Richard
just
Paul
gonna be
clapping
honest,
that niggas.
Brody. I'm glad you're an advocate for 2K because they love you. Time for all of that. Let's go to the important one, which is
Richard Paul.
You know, he's been better with his
Okay.
words, so let's go. And he said this is the way things start getting really interesting. And I'm like, okay. He said, I get that. But when you're in a position like 2K, where their sales has been going down and down because of the community hates, it's hard to take them into consideration. Why would they take into account the less than one, I think he's trying to say less than 1% of the player base who's gonna hate on 99% of the things they do? Oh, let me know if you all agree with Richard Paul, by the way. And then he responded to someone who responded to him. The person is Carlo. He said, stop hiding on a burner and show yourself, my team dev. No, this is where he started going ultrasonic as well. He said, you stop hiding. All you do is bash and complain about a video game while not spending a dime on this game. He said, opinion or all takes hold no weight in the eyes of 2K. He said, you will never be listened to because of how much hate you bring out into the community, along with not spending money. This is funny.
Talking about somebody they not spending money? That's crazy.
Now, he then responded to TK, who posted saying, another day, another complaint from the community. He said, they will never be happy, no matter what 2K does, no matter how much free content and juice cards they bring out. They will never be happy. And then DDG said, if you're complaining about the 2K player base being extremely unhappy, with 2K doing everything in their power to force people to gamble in the game rated E, for everyone, you're on the wrong side. If anything, the My Team community has been too lenient on 2K for this. Now Richard Paul say,
He must
the
have said some
magnitude
crazy shit.
The community will go and try to mess on 2K, and their development team is beyond me. I can assure you, 2K doesn't just come out with packs made to lure kids into gambling. There are countless data that goes into making sure such a thing doesn't happen. Ooh, now he's sounding like a deaf to me.
Yeah, he definitely
Now he
is.
sounds like a deaf to
But
me.
he can still be
I ain't gonna
trolling.
lie to y'all. This is not the language of someone outside of 2K. This is not. I'm just saying he kind of revealing his hand right now. Now, JC said, I'm good on packs from now on. Won't be opening any packs or doing any gambling in any videos for now or not promoting it. Now, we just skip what he's saying and go straight on to
Rich
Paul.
Paul. This dude clapping.
We don't get the notion that packs are gambling. Gambling puts you in a risk of getting nothing in value back and poses a way bigger risk. You guarantee to get something in value back for packs with the potential for something high in value.
That ain't what Troy didn't say. He spent $10,000. He said he ain't really getting nothing.
Ultra combo on the 2K community or the content creators who complain within the My Team community. He said, without the game mode of My Team, these guys would be nothing. And he called some names: Splash Edition, Ty Debo, and
I thought Blue 47 was lower than Trinitron.
See, this dude that's talking, Richard Paul, he don't have to be a dev. He could be somebody that's just trolling. And he just saying stuff to make it sound like he's like that guy. But if it is a dev, they is mad. They is heated that they lost that little 7%.
And a few more. He said, have all made 250K plus from this game. Guys like DBG, Roofing, and whatever have made a living off doing YouTube on our game. Said 2K provides a living for them.
Wow.
And they respond by bashing the
He said
product
on
online
our
and
game.
hurting sales just for a check. Said 95% of what these guys say are lies they are making up. Why do you think 2K doesn't listen to them? That's my little mini rant. Just sad how these guys have voices.
I don't know if that nigga's... That's crazy if that's a real nigga in there.
No, I don't problem.
That's crazy if that's a real nigga in there.
I really have to say, it does look like he's in there. It does look like somebody in there.
Damn.
Okay, a burner account. I'm not saying it's Ronnie 2K or anything, but
I don't know if it's Ronnie.
I mean,
I don't think Ronnie would have said some shit like that. Because that nigga, he seemed like he a goofy. I don't know.
Let me know what y'all think. Let me know.
Nigga said these niggas wouldn't be
An
shit
actual burner account going in
without
and defending
2K.
2K.
I mean,
That's a little suspicious, I have to say.
you know, this person did a little bit of research too, like
Y'all know what your boy say. First time
for him to say all those names.
2K's pulling out all the stops right now, man. They dropped that level 100. Now they got burner accounts going crazy.
Nigga said they.
That's what's exciting out there, y'all.
I think it said they dropped the level 100. Now they got burner accounts going crazy. Yeah, that would be some shit if that really was a real nigga in there, like. And somehow niggas found that out, like. You know what's crazy? I wouldn't even be mad at it. Cause it's like it's half and half, man. It's always a a flip side to everything. It's always. So that I mean, like, them niggas gonna really be feeling that way, like. Shit, but they make so much bread that it's just like I don't understand how could they feel that way. It's like, why would they think it should be automatic? Like, I don't know. That's it. Got to be some nigga that just kind of know a little info and he just trolling. And he making like he getting like view bait like type shit going on. Like that's what it is. Basically, what people do sometimes on Twitter and stuff, they view bait or clickbait. Just want you to look at something or just keep on clicking on they shit. Impression bait or whatever. That shit is crazy, man. Yeah, I see you. What the fuck else? Got Dr. Disrespect. I already know that shit gonna get copyrighted if I click on his shit. That's all automatic. It's probably the only thing I was finna look at. That's a permanent ban. 40K on the video game. Yeah. $40K on the video game. How do you exist?
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm All City. Appreciate y'all tuning in. All right, did you guys hear about this YouTuber named Decentric? Initially, it was believed that he recently got banned off of 2K for some racial slurs that he mentioned on stream directed at Mike Wang. That in itself caused a lot of controversy throughout the 2K community because folks were wondering, hey, he was off the game, he was on stream, and don't that man have a right to practice free speech on his own platform? I personally don't condone the idea of racial slurs targeted at a particular group of people, but there's a reason we have that First Amendment. Well, the good homie All City Big Heck did a little bit more investigating. Found out it was way deeper than that. Pause. We finna get into all the details. Y'all be sure to drop a like and drop a sub if you can. You guys can help us get one step closer.
Nigga said this niggas got mad and banned that nigga on his own shit. Cause niggas was talking about them.
But as you guys know, I don't like the way
I think that's the reason why my shit was getting copyrighted too. Cause I know what I was saying, and I ain't gonna say that shit no more. But the niggas who I was saying it around, they gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about. So that shit crazy.
All City Big Heck was able to talk with the person who actually posted the footage. All City Big Heck says, after speaking to the person that posted the footage, I can't confidently say that he was banned for what he said outside of the game in relation to the racial slurs to Mike Wang. This person that All City Big Heck spoke with said that Decentric was losing to his 12-year-old brother in Unlimited and told his brother to basically unalive himself. This person told All City Big Heck that he then started encouraging people in his stream to send them messages. Grown man encouraging other folks in the stream to send a 12-year-old messages. That's that ish I don't like. The 12-year-old ended up receiving messages like unalive yourself. Now this man ended up going to Decentric stream to pretty much defend his little brother. And he says that he was told off by Decentric and Decentric stream. Big Head goes on to say if this was witnessed by someone in 2K,
See?
First, I just want to say this really
Niggas be having weird niggas in the chat. That's the reason why I don't fuck with everybody like that. I don't like when I'm just looking at weirdos in the chat just saying random dumb shit, gay shit, just saying stupid shit the whole time.
grown
Like nothing normal. Like they not asking no normal shit. They not talking about what's on the screen. These niggas be in other niggas chats having their own conversation about dumb shit. Like, I'm like, yo, what the how is this your chat? Like, I just can't fuck with that. My shit it's never gonna be like that. Like, what the fuck? Niggas gotta be stupid. Cause you just let like weirdos take over your channel, and now since the weirdo niggas is funding your channel, you can't get rid of them.
I'm definitely curious to hear your feedback on that. Now, in this next segment, I would like to get into how much 2K is giving back to the 2K community. As you guys know, we help lead the way for 2K in regards to microtransactions, and microtransactions currently make up 3/4 of Take-Two's revenue. But have you guys noticed that 2K doesn't give back to us as much as they used to? And I'm referring to things like double rep in the reg or double rep events. And how about locker codes? Didn't we used to get a lot more locker codes? I would like to reference this post from Leaf. He says, "This is crazy. What stopped them from caring about the community?" And he quoted this post from NBA 2K.io. It says here, number of NBA 2K locker codes released by year. NBA 2K20, we had 211 locker codes. 2K21, that number damn near doubled at 355 locker codes. It dropped quite a bit in 22 with 194, but look at the dip from 2K22 to 2K23. 194 locker codes given out to the community.
But guess what happened to that price though?
Currently on NBA 2K24
kept going up, huh?
We are at 29 locker codes.
Dumbass niggas. Just keep letting it go up.
Just arrogant? They get a 7%
Nah, they ain't.
to their recurrent consumer spending, a decline in consumer spending. They're giving us less locker
They just
codes.
smart.
The interest in the game from the player base seems like it's dwindling, but yet 2K thinks to come out with 100 overall cards and target one of their biggest money-making game modes. Sometimes I feel like 2K, they just need a slap in the back of the head one time for the one time. I just find it very Confucius on what they be thinking. But I always keep my fingers crossed and do my best to remain optimistic that 2K will eventually do better. I will be going live a little later on today to talk some more about this stuff. Y'all be sure to tune in. Y'all be sure to keep it locked. If you guys are tired of running with randoms and you're looking for players to run with on NBA 2K, come on out and join our Discord. We'd love to have you. The link for Discord will be in the description below. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in, and y'all be sure to keep it locked right here at All City Live TV, because we got a bunch more NBA 2K24 news, information, and updates coming your way. Drop a like and drop a sub on your way out. I'll catch you guys on the next video or live stream.
Easy, yeah.
This is why I stopped shopping on Amazon, and you should too.
Goofy ass up. I feel like if I watch nightcap shit, this gonna get copyrighted. I'm pretty sure. I mean, them niggas making too much money. I don't really. Just, this dude say he done with 2K. I used to watch this dude like way back, but I stopped messing with him because he was stunting too much. Let's see what the fuck this nigga talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, you read the title right. I am.
He probably is done with 2K, cause
Fighting a good fight.
this nigga been saying that shit for mad long, and he just like it was like he was saying he was done like 2 years, and then he came back, started playing again, And then I don't know, maybe I just started fucking with Brute and them shit more, I guess. That's probably why I stopped watching this dude. And yeah, he just was off and on. So now he probably really is done now. Like, I doubt he just gonna really just come back again if he said if he not fucking with it. That's really all.
And the common theme throughout this video
It's crazy.
is that 2K is never going to change, no matter how viral a video gets that bashes 2K's anti-consumer practices. No matter how many people fight back, 2K will not change because of the reasons that I'm going to state within this video.
Put me on.
Right. If 2K goes free to play and the builds only cost about $20, that's when I'll consider playing the game again, actually making content.
Everybody be saying that.
I'm gonna explain why that's never going to
Everybody be saying that.
I, blew up around 2K19 or 2K20 really because I was calling out anti-consumer practices with 2K, but also I was calling out the content creators that were making content for 2K, and the fact that they weren't calling out, Take-Two Interactive, the parent company, for
Yes,
some of the
sir.
shady stuff that they've been doing. And, that's where I kind of blew up. That's what I'm known for in the 2K community. And the 2K Next Makers, that new program that 2K rolled out around 2K21, just proves to me that there was always a 2K Next Makers behind the scenes, whether it was Chris Smoove, Cash Nasty, LSK, Los
You right.
all those mainstream guys that basically moved on to other games, they were not calling out 2K. And, that's where I basically got known for. Troy Dan's another one, like all of these old school 2K YouTubers, they never called 2K out except for Troy Dan. Shout out to Troy Dan. But basically, that's where my point stands. The content creators, the ones that have the voice, they also are not calling out 2K for the majority of the crappy things that they've been doing. And now let's actually get into why I'm officially done. So, every single year 2K has rolled out from my career, there's just been really expensive builds to make. I want to say this became really expensive probably around 2K16 and 17. It started getting a little bit more expensive each and every year to build a player. And yes, I'm part of the problem too, because I also started making build videos right before I started calling 2K out. I even made build videos around COVID to try to save people money. And I have no problem admitting that I'm also at fault for, making that content as well. But at the
Okay,
end of the day,
I
it's
respect
just
that.
more and more expensive. 2K23, it was the year that it was the most expensive to make a build. It costed around like $100 or a little over $100, and that actually got a little bit cheaper around 2K24, right? So at the end of the day, 2K's really not making it much cheaper. It's like $15 cheaper to make a build. Basically, it's going to cost you $80 to $100 to make a player. And also, 2K was one of the first games to make their game $70. And then
Just like I said.
And the CEO, money-hungry person,
Everybody's saying that now. I was one of the first niggas saying that.
70% of the community.
I was one of the first niggas saying 2K is the first niggas that made their game $70. First niggas that did it. They wasn't one of the first. They was the first that did it. Like, I don't know why they be saying that one of the first. They is the first ones that did it. That's crazy. For them to just be like, we gonna be the first ones to take that money leap, even though the game been ass every year. Like, how the fuck you think? Yo, I don't know how these niggas think that they owe this money. Like, I don't know how. What happened?
Making money, right? And that's
I think they addicted to getting our money for VC. I really think that.
K24 actually gives you competitive advantages. as
They
well
addicted, bro.
when playing the game. So compared to a game like Fortnite, right? 2K is $70 play, 2K also makes you spend money on builds. Imagine if you had to spend money to get weapons in Fortnite, it would be crazy, right?
Dumb stupid.
$70 for the base game, $100
Oh
give or
my
take
God.
for the player build, and then if you want to actually compete,
That's what I kind of said that too. It's like, yo,
per season
it's like buying every gun in Call of Duty.
and yes,
That's literally just like that.
here, specifically also
Oh
screenshot,
my
probably
God,
the most
bro.
editing I'm going to do here. There's a new screenshot for season 5 showing that the new James Harden card, if you pay for the pro or holo.
That's what I said before, my nigga, on stream. I said, bro, imagine if Call of Duty made you pay for all the guns. Like, every gun you want to use, pistols, shotguns, snipers, every single one of them, you got to pay like $2 to unlock. Imagine if they made you do that. Niggas would have been quit the game. Like, come on now. Like, that's what's crazy about niggas on 2K. It gotta be something like that's addicting to these niggas. Like,
Just gonna get worse.
it ain't to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has not gotten better, and it has just been on a downward spiral.
Cause ain't no way niggas could just continue to keep buying this shit
It has not been
and spending mad money on it. Like, if you just buying it normally and you trying to spend the least,
continuously getting more expensive year over year. I cannot support a company doing that. I also think just overall, me calling out these things time and time again isn't doing any difference at all. All it is doing is making the community or the people that used to play the game aware of how bad it's gotten. But most of you guys watching me right now aren't even playing 2K at the moment, which goes to show you that the 2K community is dwindling. It also goes to show you
I
the
ain't playing 2K right now.
and they're just playing other games. And that's quite frankly what I want to do on this channel. Even if it gets me 500 views, 1,000 views, I'd rather be making content and uploading videos for the community or my community as opposed to the 2K community, because it's just riddled with toxic people as well,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
The community
Talk your shit.
itself has dwindled overall, and the people that are still playing the game don't care if they spend
Nope.
$500
They don't.
on the game or $800 on the game, and that's what 2K is banking on at
Yep.
the moment. They want to usher out everybody else, and they're willing to just, focus on this very small pool of people that are willing to spend that much money. So a Fortnite community, or even like a free-to-play game, or even a cheaper game like Helldivers 2, the community is like this big, and they're not spending additional money on the game because those devs actually care about the community. Whereas the 2K community is like this small, and it's just jam-packed with people that are willing to spend countless dollars, right? And at the end of the day, I did shout out.
Just say it, bro. Goofy niggas, bro.
Troy Dan.
Goofy
spent
niggas.
$1,700. I think it was like $1,750. Again, I'll show a second screenshot. Probably the most editing I'm doing here, but you'll see here the breakdown. Troy Dan in a live stream spent $1,700 on packs, and overall did not get a card that is well desired in the My Team community. So between my career and My Team, 2K is still going to make money. I'm not saying they're going to go out of business anytime soon, but I see the downward trend now, and I wish I saw the downward trend like in 2K21 and 2K22, because I probably would have started uploading different content by that point. And I kind of regret that I didn't. It's getting really bad. And again, that common theme of my whole rambling here, right, is that 2K is not altering any of their consumerism to actually favor the consumer. They're only making it worse. Between that Pro Pass example that I gave you, having to even spend this much money in a game doesn't exist in other titles, like outside of sports
Nope.
titles, right? Call of Duty doesn't even have this, and Call
Nope.
of Duty is bashed time and time again with matchmaking and things like that.
The only thing Call of Duty got is skins. That's it. Like, you want to pay $20 for a skin? That's That's you. You want to do that? But that's all you getting. It's like you're not getting no competitive edge. $2K really, it's legit the only community that you gotta buy in. Like it's crazy shit. That's all I gotta say. It's crazy shit. You gotta buy in.
Is not, selling you more stuff for a competitive advantage. It's $40 for the base game, and you don't have to spend anything else unless you want cosmetics. And I feel like 2K, if they were going to take that route, they would have taken it already. But instead, they're pushing the envelope each and every year to see how much people are willing to spend to play a basketball video game. And I feel sorry for the people that maybe are only interested in basketball video games, because there's a plethora of other games, other devs out there that actually care about their community instead of squeezing every single penny out of their player base. And a perfect example, like I said before, was Helldivers 2. Not only is the game cheap, but also they came out with back-to-back patches day over day to max out their server capacity. And 2K is known for crappy servers, right? Overall, there's just better devs out there. There's better games out there. Screw their player base over.
Talk to them.
Has just introduced, this is the biggest problem, right? They've introduced so many different forms of microtransactions to give you a competitive advantage that they're not willing to take those things away for the betterment of the community, right? They are a publicly traded company under Take-Two. So they're not going to pull away any of the microtransactions and make the game better. They're only going to introduce more microtransactions, different types of microtransactions, and more expensive forms of microtransactions in 2K 25, 26, 27, 28, because they want to make profits. They are a for-profit, publicly traded company, so there's never going to be a better 2K. The best 2Ks were back in 15 and 16, and each and every year it's gotten worse in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's the gameplay, the microtransactions.
That nigga on point. That nigga on point. Oh shit.
And the top
yup.
of this off, 2K's introducing a new terms of service where nobody can sue them for pretty much anything. So if you think it's bad,
yo,
it's literally only going to get
2K is crazy, my nigga.
And a lot of streamers that went big, a lot of content creators that went viral for 2K because they saw this way in advance compared to me. I guess I'm just not as smart as some of the other guys, but at the end of the day, I'm starting to see and really do see how bad it's going to get. And I mean, honestly, I can't even imagine how bad it's going to get. There is never going to be regulation for a company like this because investors are invested in this, so they're not going to, regulate Take-Two, because then that sets the precedent for not a free market. So that's also not going to happen. I thought maybe there'd be hope with loot boxes and things like that. It's not happening. So nothing's going to change. 2K's only going to get worse. The community itself is also at fault. I can say I'm at fault too. The community is so small that they are willing to spend that much money on an annual basketball sports title. It's in the new terms of service, like I said before, is only going to get worse. So I'm at a loss for words. At this point, I feel like I'm repeating myself a little bit, but all of these things that I mentioned in this video are why that I'm just not in it anymore. I'm really not even in it in terms of talking about how bad 2K is going to get, because like I said before, it's literally going to get 10 times, 100 times worse in the future 2Ks, and I just don't want to be a part of it. I don't even want to have to spend money on 2K to think about and see how bad it's going to be.
Exactly.
I'm seeing it right now.
That's why I was just like, shit, I'm just going to be watching niggas now. I ain't trying to be paying. Like, hell nah. Look,
different forms of
got
content.
Xbox now.
Elden Ring's coming out with a new DLC. Battlefront Classic.
They dropping goddamn 2K on the Game Pass every year. So maybe I'm just gonna be switching to Xbox, getting it on Game Pass when it's free on that, and then maybe I'll drop like $30 or something. Like just depending on how good the game looking or how smooth it is, and after a couple weeks go by, it gotta be a long. Like I gotta really be looking at that shit for a minute. Like hopefully they drop that shit early on the Game Pass again, but I doubt it. If they do, shit. I'm gonna just start having to look at that good old gameplay, y'all. See what type of builds niggas fiending over. Same shit. I'm gonna just make some OP shit, like, so because there ain't gonna be no point of wasting my money on no playmaking build again. That would be stupid. So yeah.
If you guys didn't see that, it is one of the best multiplayer games. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, one of the best multiplayer games in the
Got
past 20 years.
Battlefront, the classic collection.
Revamping it, it's gonna be amazing. And then also, there's Helldivers 2. Like I mentioned, there are just other games out there, guys, and I really hope you guys will take
That shit was for PSP. Matter of fact, I remember that game.
like 6 months. Just play other games and notice how bad you were treated in the 2K community. How bad you were treated.
Bro, this nigga is, it's like he's like saying a lot of shit I done said. Like, bro, you go to other communities, bro, like just for 2K niggas, y'all should automatically just see how niggas was just like getting fucked up and just getting fucked over with the money shit. Like, and just off the fact that you gotta pay, I say $50, cause I could say like, okay, a season pass could possibly be in the realm of $40 to $50, depending on how much shit is on that season pass, right? I'm not like trying to say, oh, you can't never pay that much for it. Nope. Like, it's possible that a season pass could be 40 to 50, depending on what's the pass. Is the pass lasting a year or two? Like, you know, shit like that, right? So I can't see a game trying to, like, a company trying to say, you need to give me more than $50 after you already paid the regular amount of money for the game. Definitely, this is the most critical part of the whole thing. Paying for a higher edition than the basic edition, and it's not giving you enough to create one player. GG's. That right there should have automatically made niggas be like, nah, I'm not fucking with 2K. How you just, it's just like, yo, that's a scam. I don't know how niggas do that. Like, it's a scam.
Really
It's a scam.
mind-boggling when you play another game and you actually enjoy it and don't have to spend over $100.
Crazy. I've been enjoying, like, y'all see me. Y'all see me. So I obviously been enjoying something in order for me to change my hair. Like, just let it go a little bit. Let that shit just go a little bit, y'all. Y'all 2K niggas. Cause this, I don't think it should get copyrighted. I mean, I have been playing these niggas videos, but I don't think they're gonna copyright it. But let this shit just get off your system for a little while, like a year and a half, and I guarantee niggas that play 2K, you will have a reason to go back then. At least you stopped playing for a year and some change. At least you gave them niggas the least amount of money possible for a year and some change. At least you went half with somebody on the game for a year and some change. Do something that's not giving these niggas extra money. Simple. Everybody always, I'm gonna buy this $100 edition, the $150. I want that NBA pass. You could watch the NBA for free. What the fuck? Why are you buying a pass for? You could watch the NBA for free. They got highlights all over the place. You really need to watch a whole game. Just camera angles, just looking at them. They not even doing shit yet. Not doing nothing. Niggas ain't playing real good looking basketball. Like, you need to watch every game. So you gonna win it. You willing to give 2K $150 for an edition that's only giving you 100K VC, and then you still gonna have to put in $50 plus more dollars just for you to, like, it's just like, yo, how do niggas accept that? On what other game would you accept that on? Like, that's how I know 2K niggas don't play nothing else. That's how I know right there. Cause you wouldn't accept that on no other game. This nigga just said if Fortnite was doing that and made you pay for some guns, you would be mad. If Call of Duty did that, you would be mad. Any other game, it don't matter what game it is. If they made you pay for something, you would be mad. So why in this game do they just, it's a free pass? Like, I don't understand that. Like, I will never understand that shit. $150 and you still can't play the game at a high level. You still gotta put more money in it after 150 beans. That's insane stuff. That's insane gameplay. Like, what are you playing that you need to be putting that extra? What the fuck? What is this? A MMO? Where we online and mad niggas running around and shooting and shit? Like, this ain't no MMO where it's like, it's so much detail and, you know, we gotta go way across the land to get something. This ain't no MMO. So why is we paying for this game like it's an MMO? We giving these niggas MMO money. Yo, hold on. 2K niggas, like, I don't know. They learning a little bit, though. They learning a little bit. I can't say they not learning. Because niggas, I mean, 7%? Shit, it gotta be something. But niggas, I don't think niggas learned enough. I don't think that's enough. I feel like a good 15% would have really did some fucking damage. Because they would have been like, oh, whoa. Like 7%, and these niggas talking about they not worried about that? Nah, I don't know. And they talking about 90 million? Nah. If you're not worrying about 90 mil, something is going on. Something definitely got to be going on. This nigga said niggas got secret updates. I'm just clicking on 2K stuff that I ain't watch.
The community, they're pretty much done. They're saying burn it all down to the ground. Do you guys think there's room for change on 2K? Or is this all the beginning of the end? We finna get into all the details. Y'all be sure to drop a like and drop a sub if you can. NBA 2K is a community-based game. A game that thrives off of players playing with and against each other. The very first year that they're introducing cross-play,
everybody with their name all city.
Is crossplay a W?
That's
or
crazy.
Did 2K fail at crossplay? Over the last couple weeks, we've been running with subscribers and viewers every single day during the live streams. And one of the things that I find the most difficult to make this happen is getting players to join up in my lobby. Why is it that we're playing 2K on next-gen consoles here in 2024, and it proves to be a difficult task just to squad up with your friends? Apparently, there's a secret update that's fixing all of this, and hopefully, I'll keep my fingers crossed, hopefully this is fixed today. Unfortunately, 2K has yet to send out any type of patch notes letting us know what's going on. And this is like when you know 2K is just dropping the ball. There's supposed to be an update to help fix joining your friends and getting on the game to squad up. A light at the end of the tunnel, something that the community would really appreciate. But what do you guys think 2K is doing? They're out there marketing My Team player cards. I would like to reference this post from the good homie All City Big Heck. It says more pack-only content. 2K says screw the player base and their feedback. We are standing on business. Can somebody out there send 2K a memo? Are they even aware that the My Team community is revolting against 2K and these player cards? It's almost like the quiet before the storm. 2K has managed to crumble one of the most stable game modes that they've had. My career players have been going through this for years. I'm not even sure if there's been a successful next-gen 2K game. And we're not talking about sales, because marketing is what's leading the way with 2K sales. The finesse is what helps generate those sales and break records, but it seems like over the last
Popping that thing.
before their success in sales, that just meant that more people were able to see or their F-ups. So now 2K has a bunch of dissatisfied consumers all ready to just turn their back on 2K. I would like to share this clip with y'all from the good homie Brutal Sip. Load up that clip.
My assessment is that the 2K community right now, they want 2K to burn, and a lot of people they want to make it sound really hard. It's pretty much exactly. I know I'm being a little harsh right now.
Am I praying for 2K's downfall?
Not like
Is that how we really feeling, y'all? Do we feel like we want to burn this thing to the ground?
I don't think I'm praying for 2K downfall. Not at all. I'm just hoping that the community just see what they've done. That's it. Like I'm just hoping that these niggas finally just see like, yo, we shouldn't even been paying this much. Like it's not. It's like that's why I say it's a 50-50 because it's a coin. Like the community did it and the devs did it. Like the niggas just kept buying in, still paying for boosts, still paying for everything you need to win. New player, just spamming builds. Everybody had a part in how bad this game ended up. I'm not even gonna lie. This game been destroyed by everybody. There ain't no one side like, hey, it's their fault. Everybody did just keep. Nah, I feel like now it's just everybody fucked it up. Cause everybody wanted everything. Niggas still was willing to boost to win. Like it's mad little shit that was put into how this game ended up. So shit just it's a sad little story for this game. I ain't gonna lie, this shit just ass now, and it's always gonna be ass.
I'm not an advocate for burning 2K to the ground. I just want them to do better. I want them to meet the expectations that we should be seeing in 2024. And my biggest gripes with 2K lie more in the little things. Things like joining your friends, quality of life, ease of access, traversing the city, menu simplicity. Now, I'm a player that plays the game every day. Can you guys believe that I still get lost in the menus? As difficult as 2K makes this for a creator like myself, we are still out there every single day running with viewers and running with subscribers, trying our best to create fun on 2K, and I think we've proven successful so far. If you guys are feeling 2K exhausted, maybe 2K wasted, and you're looking for a change of scenery, maybe a change of perspective, I invite y'all to come join us on the live stream. Maybe we could try to create some fun out there. We may consider going to the park today to run it up. Hopefully we could flood the park, bring the crowds back, and bring the excitement back to 2K. I mean, we already spent our money on the game. I will be going live a little later on today to talk some more about this.
That is true. That's what I be saying.
If you guys are tired of running with random players to run with.
That's exactly what I be saying. Already spent your bread on it. Like you gotta play it really. But for me, I don't know. I don't think I'm ever gonna load that shit up unless I run with somebody like Swante. That's the only way I'm probably gonna boot that hoe up. Is like if I get in somebody's Discord and I ask them to play and they say yeah, then I'll probably download it again. It's like why would I keep playing? Like it's no point. Not proving nothing. Not gonna get nobody to say I got better. I'm not gonna do nothing for. Ain't nobody gonna watch that. So I'd rather just play with somebody that's known than like yeah, it is what it is. That's the only time I'm gonna boot it up. What's the point? Like really, what's the point? For me, at least, just the best passer, best playmaker, best floor general. Like, ain't nothing else for me to do. More shooting changes? It's crazy.
There's a lot of folks in the 2K community that feel like shooting is just way too easy right now. They're saying that it's actually messing up the experience on 2K24. One of the things that proved to be most difficult on 2K is getting the community to agree on a particular topic. So at the very least, I'm asking, can we find some common ground here? Can you guys all agree that shooting has changed dramatically since the release of 2K24 up until this point in its current state? One of the great things about being a news content creator is that I'm able to save a bunch of snippets throughout the year for whatever's going on. I gather a bunch of information and then I archive it. The devs over at 2K had every intention to make shooting extra difficult for 2K24, or at least more difficult than we've ever experienced. And in my opinion, I feel like 2K changed shooting dramatically since the release of 2K24, and there hasn't been any confirmation about these changes to shooting. All we know as players is that we go out there and we try to make the adjustment. In this video, we're gonna go back in time to the beginning of 2K24 and find out what Mike Wang had to say about shooting, and we're gonna try to see why we've come to this point where shooting is so different from what it was on the release. We finna get into all the details. Y'all be sure to drop a like and drop a sub if you can. You guys can help us get one step closer to 100K. We are almost there. I would like to reference this first snippet that Mike Wang responded to. Derek sent out this post saying, "Do you think sharpshooters will be great this year? I felt like last year, since everyone could shoot, sharpshooters weren't really necessary." Mike Wang ended up responding saying sharps are going to be very important assets this year. Trust me, a lot of people are going to be struggling to shoot. Here's what I find weird. In the beginning of the year, I felt like shooting was perfectly balanced. It wasn't until the Season 2 update that 2K gameplay and shooting on 2K turned into a series of unfortunate events. How do you guys feel about that? Because over the years, especially the last few years, I've noticed that...
And that's what I was saying. For some reason, I felt like 2K only flipped the switch for certain people. Because I wasn't hitting nothing when the game first came out. Then they patched it, and then I was greening everything. So it's like, they were saying that the game was fucked up for them on the second patch, but not for me. I was greening way more than I was greening on the first patch. So I don't understand what happened, but it was like after that, it was just straight for me. Like whatever they did on that second patch, it fixed whatever was happening to me. So I don't know what happened to other people during the other patches, like what 3 and 4, where people was like, "Oh, they broke the shooting again." Then they did this. Like it didn't really affect me. I don't remember getting affected at that time. I think I was still doing better. Like I said, my percentages went up every time. So I don't know. But that's what happened. I really believe that they flipped the switch for some people. That's what I believe. Like, let's say they 50-50'd it, like just randomly affected 50% of the community, and then some people couldn't shoot and some people was looking like goats. Like, I felt like that's what it was. There's no other explanation.
Has dropped some really great games. Upon release, they seem really good. But when 2K starts patching the game, it all goes downhill from there. And 2K24 is no exception.
There's no other explanation.
2 out of 10 on Metacritic. So now that we got Mike Wang confirming that shooting was intended to be difficult on 2K24, which is why he mentions sharpshooters being great assets. If you don't got the right build out there, you're not going to be knocking down your shots. What are we seeing right now? We're seeing 76 3-balls shooting lights out. I want to reference this next post that Mike Wang approved. This from Gum Gum Bazooka. He says, "So first, I'm a good shooter in this game because shooting makes perfect sense to me, and I just focus and shoot. 60% from the 3 in all game modes. There's nothing convoluted about it." He goes on to say, Mike Wang has stated why shooting is more difficult this year so many times. In order for the game to be balanced, have build diversity, and for any strategy other than jacking 3s to be competitively viable. 3-point percentages need to be more realistic. I also completely understand this because I've been saying it needed to be done since I started playing 2K.
See, this my thing. It's like niggas would be like they shooting this percentage and that percentage. This is when the game first came out, I think. Is when he talking about this. It's like out of nowhere people shooting high as fuck percentages while I'm just bricking everything. I really don't think that adds up. Definitely when I just came off years when I just was shooting high percentages with builds that don't have high 3-pointers. Like a 74 3-pointer, I'm lighting it up more than a player with a 90 plus 3-point. That played the game way more than me. So it's like, how could that happen? Like, how all of a sudden I was shooting only like 30% when the game came out. Talking about, oh, the game was... No, I don't believe that the shooting was hard at all. I believe they just was doing it on purpose. Like, that's the only thing that could have happened. There's no other explanation. How other people was missing too. I was watching their streams. They was shooting damn near... They was shooting probably a little better than me, but... It's basically the same stuff. Like 37, 38%, basically 40. Like, come on now. 2K did that. They did that.
Statistics behind the game of basketball. He goes on to say, think about this. 67% from 3 is a 100% effective field goal percentage. 100%. That breaks any form of balance in the game and causes the only competitive viable strategy to be running behind screens and 3-point hunting. He makes a good point here by saying people have been complaining that the comp players in 2K just 3-hunt for years, but it makes no mathematical sense to do anything else, referencing previous versions of 2K. He wraps up this post by saying the best slashers in the game maybe shoot 60 to 70% from the field. So you guys were effectively giving up 30 to 40% effective field goal percentage advantage every play that you attempt a 2 instead of a 3. And those are the numbers that he's referencing for previous versions of 2K as opposed to what we're experiencing on 2K24. If your team is taking 2s and they're taking 3s, you have to get twice as
This guy trying to get smart with it.
This is all a good evaluation of what
it's like, bro, we get it, but what type of players you talking about? If you talking about everybody on the game, then you not talking about a lot. When he's saying all of that, because you really, these are casual players. Like, what is he talking about? See how everybody be talking in that comp lingo, where they just thinking they knowing everything about, like, come on, bro. That comp lingo. Like, come on, bro.
A 3-point hunting game at the higher levels, and it does have to do with simple math. 3 is more than 2, period.
But what happens when a nigga clamp that shit up? What happens? Having to take that too, don't they? Like, what the fuck? Like, niggas act like a nigga just only gonna shoot 3s the whole game. What? How? Who letting them do that? Who letting them do that? Like, come on, bro. They be just saying anything. Like, that's just anything talk. Who's letting them do that? Nobody does that. Sometimes it happens because the nigga that's guarding the person that's shooting 3s is not guarding him. Simple. Nobody ever was just like, I'm just gonna shoot 3s every single time. If a nigga in front of them, what they do, they try to dribble and go around and shoot. Like, nobody's just shooting 3s the whole time. What the like? Where they came from with that? Like, I get that 3s was the main thing, but every single time, I don't know about that. I don't think that's true.
I want to let you guys know that Mike Wayne completely approved this whole statement by replying.
Yeah, I bet he did.
Now, to hear directly from Mike Wayne, he sent out this post saying
Goofy
one of the
nigga
goals
shit.
for shooting this year was to get the shot percentages more in line with NBA average.
That's cap.
Definitely lower than what you've seen in the
That's
past
cap.
couple years.
Cause it's a video game.
40 to 50% from 3, you're doing really well. If you're in the 30s, you're still hitting targets for a decent shooter. Just want everybody to
That's
adjust
good.
their expectations that averaging below 60% is normal and is done by design. He wraps up this post by saying, now if you have an 85 plus rated 3-point shooter and averaging below 20%, you probably need to hit the practice gym or just take better shots. Throughout the year, I've been asking you guys.
And he said that. He said all of that after. I could have swore I said that before. He said all that after niggas spent money on their build. Like a 85 3 ball is not glitchy in 24. Well, it wasn't. Now it is, obviously, but it wasn't before. When the game first came out, it wasn't glitchy. So that's just false type shit that, like I said, they did that shit on purpose, created a little hoax so that niggas would spend more money on builds. It's simple stuff like that. Like, it's just like, why wouldn't they do that? It's money. It's free money. You already know. Hey, man. Hey, we listen, we telling y'all now, look, an 85 3 ball ain't gonna cut it. You need at least like a 92 in order for you to hit. That's what the nigga basically was saying at the beginning. After niggas made they build. Niggas is sick.
What's your shooting percentages out there? And consistently what we've seen out there is really low shooting percentages. How have things changed for you currently in season 5? What's your shooting percentages? Sound off in the comment section. I'm definitely curious to hear your feedback. Everything we reviewed so far has been the experience of players in the beginning of the year. And because shooting was difficult, it left a lot of players frustrated on the game. I want to reference this post from Dimework. Dimework says, I literally went from shooting almost 80% from 3 over 20 games to not being able to hit a shot for my effing life. I don't get this ish. And that's exactly how I felt. Season 1, I was shooting amazing. When we went into season 2, they did some update that changed my shot completely. And all of season 2, I couldn't find my shot. It wasn't until the season 3 update that I felt the change. I would like to reference this next post from Hank the Tank. He says, for the sake of my mental health, I will never wager on NBA 2K24. The amount of times Mike Wang has changed shooting is absolutely insane. One day I shoot perfect, the next day I'm missing everything wide open, and I'm releasing my jump shots at the exact same time. He is literally tired of people shooting good and chooses to make them shoot bad because they're too good at the game. I don't get it, bro.
Look at that.
It's only gonna make the game.
They always gotta say that shit every time.
We're currently in season
Too
5,
good.
and I hear none of these complaints right now. And that's a testament to changes that 2K has made with shooting on 2K24. But have we received any level of confirmation that shooting was indeed changed? Now, Mike Wang, he did present us with an option. I'm going to share this with you guys. It says here, this is really what it boils down to. If anyone has any ideas for a better option than these two, I'd love to hear them. And the first idea was keep the pure green windows. And this is for the beginning of the year, the experience that we had in the beginning of the year. Number 1, keep the pure green windows with no RNG. If you guys don't know what RNG is, it's like random animations. It says here, which means for the sake of balance, the windows need to be pretty small like they are now, so that good players don't shoot 80 to 90% from 3. This makes shooting very difficult for casual players, and it's what we're dealing with now. This was more towards the beginning of the year. And the second option was go back to bigger green windows that are easier for most people to hit, but cap the excellent timing boost, reintroducing RNG, random animations, and pretty much your shot will randomly miss or go in, all for the sake of keeping balance on the game. He goes on to say, this is how 2K shooting has basically worked for the past 20 years. And this is what I find absolutely insane. Shooting on 2K games is a part of the 2K culture. Why would the 2K development team even consider changing something that has been so culturally
Don't know.
to the 2K community? But that's exactly what they did with 2K24, and it surely wasn't received well by the community. community. So here we are in season 5, shooting way easier than it's ever been throughout the year. If you guys had to
Way
take your
easier.
best guess out of the two options that Mike Wang had presented with us, keeping shooting the way it was in the beginning of the year or going with the bigger green windows.
Look at this nigga.
Option 2 here. Where do you guys think we're at on 2K24? Which one of those options? Because I feel there's a lack of transparency. We made tremendous changes in 2K24, but there has been no confirmation from the development team that these changes were made. I imagine the shooting percentages that you guys post in the comment section will completely verify what we're talking about here. As you guys remember in the beginning of this video, Mike Wang said shooting 40 or 50% is being a really good shooter. He also mentioned that if you shot 30% on 2K24, you should be considered a good shooter. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there will be putting in the comment sections higher than 60% shooting, and that's because shooting has gotten a lot easier on 2K24. And I know some people may disagree with
Green
me
in the
on this,
niggas'
but
faces now.
I like the way shooting is right now. I never felt like shooting has been the problem with 2K games. It was always defense, unable to keep up with what shooters can do with the ball. They'd have a super high amount of speed and ball handle. They get the left righting and they create open shot opportunities. Defense has not ever been able to keep up. But in NBA 2K24, we finally got a perimeter defense that can keep up with ball handlers. So if a ball handler is able to get an open shot opportunity on this type of defense, I think that helps create more balance here. If the man has a 97-3 and he's open or wide open, he should have a good opportunity to hit that shot. But when we look at what the game was just a couple months ago, they were making you miss that wide open shot that you worked so hard for. All because Mike Wang didn't want players shooting 80 to 90%. If they get open shots 80 to 90% of the time, they should be able to hit that shot, and that penalty should fall on the defense, not the shooters. I know a lot of you guys are out there still seeking out the right jump shot. The right jump shot for you so that you can start increasing your shooting percentages. If you guys are trying to find the best jump shots and you want to test those jump shots using your controller and get real life feedback, I highly recommend you guys join NBA 2K Labs. They have this great shooting tool that gives you real-time millisecond feedback, and they will even recommend you a shot based on your timing average from 10 shots taken on the website. Plug in your controller, take your shots, find the best shot for you. If you guys sign up for NBA 2K Labs premium service, use promo code ALLCITY, and you guys could save yourself 20%. I'm currently using T-Max jump shot. I think it's absolutely amazing. That's on my taller builds, and on my shorter build, I'm using Patty Mills jump shot. But you guys have to be starting.
I got the NBA 2K Lab.
That has been absolutely amazing for you. Don't hesitate to share it in the comment section below, because each time I go live, there's folks asking me for jump shots. Maybe you can help some of those folks out. I will be going live a little later on today to talk some more about this stuff. Y'all be sure to tune in. Y'all be sure to keep it locked. If you guys are tired of running with randoms and you're looking for players to run with on NBA 2K, come on out and join our Discord. We'd love to have you. The link for Discord will be in the description below. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in, and y'all be sure to keep it locked right here at All City Live TV, because we got a book.
This thing in random work.
You're gonna hate me.
Hey, what's good, y'all? I'm All City. Appreciate you guys tuning in.
Twitchy. He said bring back cheat codes. I forgot what website I used to go to, bro. I used to go to that shit every fucking time, bro, that I had a chance to get on the computer. I'm like, nope, let me hit up this cheat codes. I forgot what it was. Cheat devil. Some shit. Cheat Central. I don't know nothing about that, bro.
Plant-based is such a millennial term. Oh. I'm Gen Z though. So there's this next milestone, basically. Hire someone to do it. Hell no.
Ooh, shit. Glad I wasn't showing that.
Deuce, what up, man? Yeah, I got maxed out these 99 dumb bills, though.
Damn, I'm probably about to hop off.